Here's looking at the one-day chart, and we're hanging out right around 303, and I know everyone's scratching their heads wondering, what's the deal with XRP? Like, why isn't this thing taking off to the moon yet? Here's the thing, though. We're not in alt season just yet, and XRP is still pretty much dancing to the same beat as everything else in the market. Just peek at Bitcoin's chart real quick. It's basically XRP's twin right now, and Bitcoin's still chilling below that 116K mark. I'm basically just sitting here waiting for that breakout moment to kick in. I get it. Everyone thought we'd just keep climbing from here. But here's what you got to keep in mind. The Fed just dropped some hints about cutting rates. They didn't actually pull the trigger yet, but the market got all excited just from the possibility, which is why XRP popped. Now that the whole Ripple versus SEC drama is finally behind us, I really think XRP can start its comeback story. But let's be real here. It's going to need some time to get its mojo back. We're just not quite at that point yet. And hey, check out Bitcoin's dominance chart right now. It's still on the decline, which is actually a good sign for what's coming. Look, everyone's debating which season we're in, and honestly, we're clearly not in alt season territory yet. But check this out. The chart's creeping up and just hit 52. The magic number? 75. That's our green light for official alt season status, and it's coming, no doubt about it. Your job? Simple. Do absolutely nothing until the fireworks start. I know, everyone's losing their minds wanting instant rocket ships, but crypto doesn't work that way, folks. We get these annoying dips, sideways crab walks, the whole 9 yards. Then suddenly, boom, we're riding those insane vertical climbs that make all the waiting worth it. Gordon's even calling it. XRP against Bitcoin is ready to demolish its 8-year losing streak. We're talking 6 or more spot XRP ETFs potentially getting the thumbs up, sweet partnerships with Japan's SBI Holdings in the works, that messy Ripple SEC nightmare finally in the rearview mirror, and some game-changing XRP ledger upgrades dropping soon. If I had to pick one heavyweight ready to go absolutely ballistic, XRP's my pick. The ROI potential here, off the charts. This upcoming run is going to make everything else look like child's play. XRP's CTO, David Schwartz, just dropped some wisdom during this Fed-fueled market rally. He's saying, I think this shows the market cares way more about long-term growth potential than quick revenue hits. And you know what? He's spot on. Everyone's glued to their screens, watching these pumps coincide perfectly with news drops. But here's the thing. Right now, it's all just headlines and hype. The real fireworks start when the Fed actually pulls the trigger on those rate cuts. That's when this market stops teasing and starts seriously moving. And XRP, it's going to ride that wave hard. The market's already sniffing out those incoming ETFs, so smart money wants in before the approval stampede begins. That's exactly why I'm expecting XRP to climb steadily over the next few weeks. Tony Edwards put it perfectly, excited. Are you ready for what's about to unfold in the next 2 to 3 months? We're entering the parabolic phase. Faces are going to melt. Euphoria is hitting all-time highs. If you're new to crypto, buckle up, you're about to experience one wild ride. Here's the kicker about XRP's 2021 run. It was totally handcuffed. That Ripple versus SEC battle was fresh and brutal. XRP got booted from almost every major exchange except Uphold and maybe 2 others. XRP's got 0 baggage holding it down. And I'm telling you, it's about to become crypto's biggest plot twist. Get this, at just $3.02, XRP already ranks as the 100th biggest global asset. You're not just holding some random coin, you're invested in a legitimate top 100 global powerhouse. As that market cap keeps climbing, watch XRP march right up those rankings. It's wild when you think about it. Even during all that chaos, getting kicked off major exchanges, that brutal SEC legal nightmare still fresh, XRP never budged from the crypto top 10. It just sat there like a boss weathering the storm. Now, it's chilling at number 3, eyeing that number 2 spot. And honestly, I think it's destined for the crown. Yeah, I said it. XRP is going to flip Bitcoin's market cap eventually. It's not a question of if, it's when. The funny part, people are still stuck thinking XRP tops out at $5 or maybe $7. But here's what they're missing. Once we smash through that $5 barrier, all bets are off. We're talking pure price discovery mode with FOMO fuel injected straight into the mix. So Dark Defender called this bull flag setup back on November 20th, 2024, and man, did he nail it. He predicted XRP would climb from $1.13 to $2.40, and boom, that's exactly what happened. Now here's where it gets exciting. He's seeing the same bull flag pattern setting up again, this time pointing to XRP rocketing from $3 all the way up to somewhere between $4.39 and $5.85. The support levels are holding strong at $3 and $2.85, which has him thinking we're about to see another major move, potentially pushing us into that $4.39 to $5.85 range pretty soon. And if we break above $5, he thinks we'll just keep climbing because there's literally nothing standing in our way up there. What makes this even more interesting? There's an XRP ETF on the horizon. You've got to hear this part.
Well, amazing testimony to the approach of XDC and certainly the company that you're keeping. So no wonder you're having such fine success. Ritesh, again, without giving away any secret sauce, can you share with us a bit about what's next? What's the roadmap looking like?
See, first of all, we are like sitting on a very interesting time, and we are also excited about tech side. We did XDC 2.0, and like it's become very stable. It's a very secure network now. Just recently, we launched ETP for XDC in European region with Euronext 21 share is our issuers for ETP. And now the best part is we are going to apply for ETF for XDC.
Oh, wow. I hear that. I don't know if you're hearing it first, but hearing it early. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a very exclusive one that we are going to launch ETF. So we are applying with SEC within like a couple of weeks.
Wow, congrats.
Pay attention to this. He mentioned both XXDC ETF and XDC ETF. And honestly, I think this is going to be huge. I definitely recommend scooping up some XDC before that launches. But you know what I'd really love to see? An ETF that's basically a basket of all these utility-driven cryptos. Now that would have some serious momentum behind it. I wanted to give you the heads up on XDC because I know a bunch of you have diversified your portfolios over time and are holding XDC too. As for XRP, we're looking at more gains coming thanks to this blow-off top signal everyone's buzzing about. Speaking of blow-off tops, everyone and their brother has an opinion on timing. Some folks are calling it for September, others are dead set on October. But here's my take. This crypto market is going to keep running hard through Q4. If we do hit a blow-off top, my money's on January, probably early January rolling into February. But here's the million-dollar question. Will that actually be the top? Think about it. Once that ETF money starts pouring in, it doesn't just stop. We've watched it happen with Bitcoin. We've seen it with Ethereum. XRP is going to be no different. If institutional money keeps flowing in month after month, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months straight, this run could stretch way longer than anyone expects. Then you've got to factor in the potential ISO value that could come from all this, plus regulations should be locked in by then too. So while everyone's expecting a blow-off top, we really need to watch how these ETFs play out first. Is the money flow going to keep pumping or start cooling off? There are going to be so many moving pieces when it comes to actually calling the top for XRP. Here's a perspective that really hit me. 1,000 XRP is more than enough. It'll be worth more than Bitcoin soon. I bet you'd be pretty happy holding 1,000 Bitcoin right now. I love that comparison because it really puts XRP's potential into perspective. Right now, you'll hear people say, 1,000 XRP, that's nothing. You need at least 10,000 XRP or you're not even playing the game. But think about it this way. There was probably a time when people thought 1,000 Bitcoin is all I'll ever need, while others were saying, nah man, you want to be holding 100,000 Bitcoin. It's the same story in crypto, no matter which coin you're talking about. The goalposts keep moving as people realize the true potential of what they're holding. But think about it. Back in the day, nobody thought Bitcoin would ever reach these crazy prices we're seeing now. That's exactly what's happening with XRP at this moment. Look, I'm not saying XRP is going to hit 100,000 bucks anytime soon, but I definitely think we're going to see some solid price action. So what's 1,000 XRP going to be worth when this thing really takes off? Playing it safe, I'd say around 20 grand. Feeling optimistic? Maybe we're talking 100,000 or even more. Split it down the middle and you're looking at maybe 50 grand for those 1,000 XRP. Either way, you're coming out ahead, but here's where it gets interesting. What happens next is what really counts. Are you going to keep holding on to that XRP? Are you going to make it work for you? Because let me tell you something, 2 years down the road, most folks won't have the cash to buy 100 XRP. They probably won't even be able to grab 50 XRP. Why is that? Simple. Everyone's seeing the same opportunity here. If these catalysts all come together like we think they will, XRP's price is going to be through the roof. So my advice, grab whatever you can reasonably afford right now and buy whatever you can actually handle. because that way you're not stressing yourself out. You know what I mean? People keep pushing others saying, you've got to buy this much XRP, and then they stress themselves trying to hit that magic number. Next thing you know, they're overinvested and end up selling their XRP at crappy prices just to pay the bills. Buy what feels comfortable for you, because I'm telling you, at some point, people won't even be able to afford one whole XRP. And when that day comes, you're going to be a legend. Anyone who's a whole coiner in XRP down the road is going to be legendary status. People holding 1,000 XRP will have folks saying, holy crap, I can't believe you're sitting on 1,000 XRP. People say that exact same thing now about Bitcoin holders. But here's the kicker. Most of those Bitcoin holders, they didn't actually get rich. Why not? Because they sold way too early. Now check this out. Henrik Berg is saying we're heading into full-blown euphoria mode. He's predicting the total crypto market cap is going to absolutely explode to 12 or 13 trillion dollars. We're talking a 2017 style move here. He's thinking 400% gains in just 2 to 3 months. The whole rotation playbook. Money flows from Bitcoin to Ethereum to large caps, and then everything just pumps. Listen to this.
The total size of the crypto market that I'm looking into is around 12 to 13 trillion. So we are by no means close to this. And this is where it's so difficult to talk about something that is so much higher than where we are now. We were at 3 trillion until, that was the top in 21. Now we just about 4 trillion, I think, right about around this time.
4.2.
And talking about 12. Yeah, but the thing is, it can go so quick. And the last phase of this can be so fast. And I don't think people really realize how fast it has happened before also. And especially because this time around, actually, to me, and also to my very experienced crypto colleagues in the Swiss block, it actually seems like it's a 2017 kind of event more than it's a 2021 kind of scenario we are unfolding.
Right. Which, if anyone was around in 2017, that was a very fun time to be in crypto.
You were there.
Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah, it was wild, but that seemed to last a little bit longer than a couple months in that kind of very euphoric phase.
Yeah, it did. But if you look into the last few months of that, I think there is a 400% something on the altcoins in 2 to 3 months, and I think that is what we can look into. I mean, that's the kind of the size we need for the crypto market to reach that kind of top. But it also has lasted. I mean, we could just look at it. I mean, the bottom in Bitcoin was was it in December or January? No, December of 22, right? Maybe correct me, somewhere around that.
Yeah, that was the bottom. That's FTX. Yeah.
So we have been on this journey for quite some time, and now Ethereum is starting to catch up, and it's moving quite fast. So I think the catch up can be quite rapid here, and I think the rotation into other coins here will also start to happen. You'll see some of the bigger ones, there's large caps, and then you'll see the next one coming. And by the end of it, it'll be all euphoria.
So he's calling the euphoria phase and that rotation from Bitcoin to Ethereum, it's already happening right before our eyes. The next wave is going to be Ethereum to large caps. And man, we are going to see some absolutely euphoric times ahead. But here's the thing. Most people are just staring at XRP on the one-day chart. When you're investing in XRP, you've got to zoom way out. I mean, pull up that all-time chart and look at this insane run from back in 2017. It was basically one massive green candle shooting straight up. Now imagine if we got a candle like that starting from where we are right now, which is what most people think is about to happen. We'd be looking at triple-digit XRP prices. The big question is, where exactly are we compared to that 2017 run? A lot of folks think we're already halfway up that green candle. I'm not buying it. I still think we're sitting right at the bottom of this massive candle, just waiting for it to explode. Because there's so many things building behind this cryptocurrency right now. But until it all plays out, just stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate all of you. Catch you in the next one, and have an awesome night.